Hey y'all.
What's up?
We're back in the building.
Welcome back to the show.
Welcome to Gimme A Minute. I'm Phanice.
Hello, and I'm Brittany.
And here we are.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
For all of this energy. You are very welcome, okay? I'm so excited for this show today.
Yes, we have so many things to talk about.
So
with
many
you.
things.
EA, how are you?
We're checking in.
I'm great. I'm good.
Good.
Have a good week.
Y'all can't see him, but EA is cut.
It's cut. A new hairdo. A new cut. A new color. Okay.
It's sharp.
He's
It
giving.
is not a new color.
It's good. It's definitely.
She said it was a new color.
It's darker. It's definitely black, honey.
No, it's cool. I appreciate it. Though.
It's crispy. All I know is that
That's
God
all we know.
himself came down here and is just man up. He
did
think he's
that.
fancy because he ain't spoke to us since we've been here. I just want to let y'all know that.
He did.
And that's what. Oh, maybe had a little lamb. Just
Yeah,
let y'all know.
Liam, he did
He's
that.
been rude today.
I said, okay.
He's been rude.
But that's fine.
He's been
rude.
That's
You can't see it, but we can. So
I guess.
There's that. There's
anyway,
that.
how you doing, Sue?
I'm here. I'm here. I am here. I have as promised on the last episode, I did take some PTO, so I'm feeling really good. I'm still taking PTO to this day. As a matter of fact, I'm taking it right now.
Oh.
So while I'm right here, so I'm getting paid.
Oh,
to be
yes.
But yes, I needed that. I needed that time off.
What did you do with your PTO?
Just know there's 6 months left in the year, so just pace yourself.
I'm getting excited. I did get excited, but I'm always there.
I'm just
Correct.
saying it was 2 weeks ago when we talked about this.
Yes.
And you've already
Definitely
been.
took.
I heard 3 PTO days that were used. So I'm just saying, like, that's a lot.
It's gonna be just regular just off. We just gonna be off the schedule.
I'm
It's
just
like
off.
no PT, just off.
I'm just
off.
off
Okay.
No,
I'm done.
I'm making sure like I'll do like 4 hours there, 4 hours with.
So you're not working a full shift,
right?
So you're just taking some
I'm
time.
still there, but it's like I'm about to be off in like 20 minutes. So it doesn't
Good for
matter.
you.
So yeah, that's what I did. What about you, Brett?
Oh,
Brett
my God,
is
listen.
giving all the things.
I'm giving cucaracha. I'm giving
Come on,
Tropicana.
Chiquita.
Come on, let me tell you
Yes,
what I need in my life is a cruise to
Yes.
Cozumel, honey.
Yes.
I'm giving what needs to be given in this season.
You are.
Shout out to Tarjay for the new drop. Just want to say
Is
everything
Did
there
they
is
come out with one?
fantastic, and I must say it's big girl friendly, honey. Just want to let y'all know, okay?
That's all that matters.
I'm giving spicy, but I've been good. You know what I mean? Like living life to the fullest. Nothing has changed with me. Just working. And all that fun jazz. But I've been learning to, and I think I've mentioned this in a couple of previous episodes. So if you haven't gone back in our archives, go back in our archives. I've mentioned living with intent and living purposefully.
Yes.
And so this is just a foreshadowing to what we're going to talk about today, but foreshadow. But yeah, no, we're going to be, mental health is very important. Of course, it's Mental Health Awareness Month this month. Shout out to all of our mental health workers.
Yes.
Of
Please.
course, I know a few myself. My sister is a therapist.
Yes, she is.
With her own business. Shout out to Novel Me.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, so it's mental health awareness. And so we definitely want to work on our mental health and our sanity. Of course, Phanice was taking her PTO, is working on herself. Mm-hmm. And I've been, sort of living with intent and living with purpose and making sure that everything that I do has more purpose and has been more thoughtful living. I think is very, very important. So yeah, we're going to talk about that today. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to cry. So you guys have been super emotional today. It's
Who
just going to
knows?
be a cry fest. Get your tissues
knows?
ready, okay? Because I got a story to tell you. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't we all? But we might. She said just kidding, but no, we might.
But yes. but yes.
But for real. Also.
What even is that? Yes.
Right.
I'm super excited. So you want to do, what is it? Get it off your chest?
Get it off your chest.
Is it already?
Get it off
Time?
your chest.
It's already time for get off your chest.
Oh.
I'm going to go first because my friend is going to take over for Tweet of the Week first. So.
Oh, yeah.
I want to tell y'all something. And this is, I'm very emotional about this, so I don't know how I'm going. We'll see how it goes. Last year sometimes Mr. Barbecue burnt down because of a fire. And when I tell you I was devastated about that place burning down, I was so sad. And when they came back, I rejoiced. I was so excited. I was so happy. Okay. And I waited weeks because all y'all wanted to sit there in the line all out on the street. So I had to wait. And then I finally get there to get some food. Mind you, last year when they were open, they had chopped beef barbecue. They had chopped beef barbecue. Why do I go up there to get my chopped beef barbecue and they no longer have it? What is going on in the world? What do you mean you don't have chopped beef barbecue? Then you know what they wanted to offer me? Freaking brisket.
Not brisket, girl.
Brisket. And I love brisket. I love brisket. So I obliged.
Yep.
And I got it and it was $15.
Yeah.
Before tax.
15. Ridiculous.
So I got that with some baked beans and some fries. Let me tell you, when I got home and opened up that styrofoam box, the best thing in that damn thing was the fries.
Mr. Barbecue did my friend very wrong. And
that brisket was unacceptable.
I'm upset about it.
It is unacceptable.
Because my friend is talking about Mr. Barbecue for 20 years. And it's honestly been a conversation that we've discussed at length, okay? Numerous times.
And I was serious.
She was on the waiting list.
I
she
really was VIP going back.
At Mr. Barbecue.
Why did y'all stop serving chopped beef? Not everybody eats pork.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Not every day.
Not every day, friend. Not every day.
The only beef y'all are offering.
Ridiculous.
It's freaking brisket. And it's not even good.
It wasn't good. My friend was so disappointed.
It was not falling off, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't tender at all. It wasn't, it was disgusting. It was like chopping in some thick roast beef is what it was.
My friend was very upset.
It was disgusting. The beans were disgusting. How do you mess up beans?
The beans.
It felt very much like you had leftover brisket left and you just gave me your brisket. Mind you, my husband, he gets fish from Mr. Barbecue.
Right.
And it was bomb. Mm-hmm. Hot. So I'm mad. Yep. Mr. Barbecue, you will rue the day.
Count your days.
Count your motherfucking days
Mr.
for giving
Barbecue.
me that sorry ass brisket. I have never had sorry. Thank you. I have never had sorry brisket ever in my life. That was my first time. It was disgusting.
All Mr. Barbecue.
To that I say get the gat. Because it's disgusting.
Exactly. And we've talked about this.
We have. I've talked about it on the show about how much I love Mr. Barbecue. And this is how y'all come back.
It's been a
disappointing
long journey.
I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
I don't care what y'all got to say. Everybody that do love Mr. Barbecue is disgusting now. And what you gonna say? Nothing, because it's disgusting. Spend y'all. It's for the whites. Said it.
It's for the whites, and we hate anything white related.
It's for the whites. It's not for me anymore.
Oh my God.
So if you're with me, you come with me to Camel City Barbecue.
Oh, now that's good. I like Camel City.
Because it's good. I forgot.
EA doesn't do barbecue, but he's also not from North Carolina. So
I will eat barbecue, but I've had mixed emotions about Camel City.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there's sometimes I'm like, yo, this is fire. And then sometimes I wasn't feeling good afterwards.
Ooh.
So.
Somebody is not practicing good hygiene.
But this is a long time ago. Like, before the pandemic. It's been that long since I've been over there.
That's serious.
Oh, that is serious. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh. That makes me look at them differently.
It does. I've been okay.
No, it doesn't. You guys, you'll be there.
You're right. I'm right. I said it was years ago.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's fair.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Britt.
Let me tell you what's on my mind. Because Phanice is drugged this whole Mr. Barbecue thing through the mud. So I'm just over that. But I just want to tell y'all what's on my mind today.
Tell us, friend.
As I support my friend in her journey, even though I don't care, but I still support my friend.
It's okay.
I was driving, and I want to let you guys know something. In traffic, I don't think we've talked about on this show, and I just want to let you guys know how awful you guys drive here.
And y'all do.
And I've been born and raised in North Carolina, in Winston-Salem specifically, and I don't ever experience such god-awful driving as I do right now 52 or around the town. Y'all have got to stop this. Okay, so first of all, if you're getting off or something like that, like you're getting over, there's a little thing in your car that you can click up or down, and it'll click buttons in your car, and it'll make certain left sides flash and right sides flash. That'll let the person behind you know that you're getting over.
Right.
Okay? Don't just zoom over there like somebody sees you getting over. Put on your turn signal, and that'll let me know that I need to slow down.
That's all you gotta do.
Okay?
Yeah, I feel like they're allergic to
I don't understand that. Stop. Have I been guilty? Yes, I have. This is not about me.
We're not talking about me.
It's not about me, okay? It's not about me. My thing is, if you see me driving, I'm going 80 miles an hour in a school zone. That does not mean you need to come up right next to me and get over right then and there. That means you need to let me go because clearly I'm somewhere to be and I'm running late. I don't understand it.
Not 80 miles an hour.
I do what I need to do, EA, okay? I do what I need to do. I do what needs to be done, okay?
Period.
Running behind is my superpower, but I make up for it in my car, all right? I zoom. I zoom and I zoom and I zoom again. And if you see me driving my car and you know it's me from the show, this podcast, I want you to wave. Get a good look at this face, okay? Mm-hmm. You see the anger, all right? You know what I'm talking about. Clearly, I'm not going to look at this because this is 2 tons of makeup. I'm going to look a little different. But I'm going to be mad. All the last. I'm going to be really mad at you. Right. Stop doing that. Stop it. I was on my way here and a girl driving downtown jumps in front of me like I am just not even there. Like she's like, I need to turn here or now. So just, forget what you got going on. Forget that there's cars riding around me. I'm just going to go. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why? You going down 4th Street is not that important. Everywhere in Winston you can get to in 15 seconds. Turn down another street and go back the other way. It is not that deep. Miss your turn in Winston, you'll get there another way. It's another way to go.
It always is.
It's always another way to go. I don't care what you know about your GPS. Go another way.
Unless it's the business 40-40 split. Then after that, you got to take the long way around.
You got to take the long way around. Go down Peters Creek. You right where you need to be. Come on. Take Peters Creek and go down the main street and go back down Arcadia. You'll be right there again. Come on. I don't care. I do not care. I ride that 40. And then let me tell you what happened to me. Because I was riding down 40 one day and I was in my dad's truck and I was riding that truck and I was trying to get over to go to Target because I had something to return. But at the end of the day, I was like, I might keep it because it was cute still nonetheless. But I was riding on the road and then they're going to keep going down the street. And I was like, trying to get over. I'm like zooming, just trying to run people off the road at this point because I was upset. So yes, I did. So I was like just driving and using my car as a weapon like I've been trained to do. So I'm weaponing my positions and I'm riding. And guess what they didn't do? Let me over. So I was like, man, forget y'all. I was real mad.
Straight like that. You sounded very upset about it.
I was very upset. I was really in my car like, I can't believe I did me like that. Like, I thought we was better than this. I really did. I thought we was better than this. No. Y'all didn't let me over. I was really concerned. I was like, wow, like Winston is really trash. Like,
it is trash.
I was near tears. Like, my city's falling apart.
Oh, okay.
This is where my people have landed. You gonna let me over? Me? Of all people? Yes. Your girl? From Gimme A Minute? For real?
Did you feel like Joe?
I did. I felt like Joe. Feeling like Jericho. Feeling like Joe. Okay. Gotta hold my own up to bear, okay? SZA said that in her cursive language. Way to kill the mood. I like that. Oh, believe that heavy on my empty mind. Okay. Cursive. You don't know what she said neither. You don't know what she said.
You don't know what
you don't get it.
Talking about.
But sis said what she said. The song is said in the Good Day song. Yes. Okay, day. I felt like Joe.
We just trying to have a good day. That's it.
I was upset, friend.
Be upset.
I was upset. I was pissed. I was very mad.
Let's do it. Tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week. Okay. I'm just ready. This TikTok dance got my friend looking like she is just.
How do you do it?
Cabbage patch and do it, friend. This is that TikTok dance where the children be doing. My friend just got it in her soul to do the Cabbage Patch slow. That's it. But you gotta hit it hard. You gotta hit it hard, friend. You gotta be like, yeah, like that. You once you pass 30, you can't do it. I'm convinced.
And I just really,
my
soul will not allow me to.
I don't think so. I don't know, friend.
Read your tweet, sis.
I want you to be able to do it, but I don't think that's a thing. Okay.
All right, y'all. Time for tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week, guys.
Tweet of the week.
Tweet of the week. Hey.
Tweet of the week. Tweet of the week. Do it.
No, I can't. I'm over 30. So I'm going to try next time. So this tweet is coming from, it's fresh off the precious, coming from the Jessie Woo. If you don't follow her over at Twitter, it is hilarious. It's a good time. She said, I be so scared when niggas grab my chin to reach for a kiss because my chin hairs be wild.
Ooh. Help God.
And what I want to say, I relate to that. Yeah. My chin hairs be wild. Like, don't let them come like this. I'll be like,
I know you felt that. I know you felt that on your pointer.
And then one tweet subsequently in the thread was like, especially when they're starting to grow back, they're a little prickly.
Little stub.
When I tell you I give good 5 o'clock shadow,
Ooh.
I give good beard. You thought EA had a beard. I be giving great beard. Okay, I give no shave beard. November. Okay,
Ooh,
it gives prickly down here.
Now, do you have multiple hairs down there?
Yes.
Do you? I just have that one.
Look at you.
Back. It just comes back in the same spot, and you forget about it, and then you're like, "Oh, that's right. I do have a chin here," and it got pluck it off.
Must be nice because I give
you get multiple
cores, and then they're not like hairs everywhere else. They're not fine. Most of them are, but I get like 5 or 6 good coarse hairs, and I'm just like. Not me out here.
The ghetto.
Not me out here giving good. And I don't listen. No judgment to the girls that wax. Some girls do have the PCOS thing happening where their hair is growing a little bit thicker than that. That's not my situation, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? When you want to wax and you got the hairs and you just be like, oh man, because let me tell you, if I go 5 or 6 weeks, you just be like, you out here.
That's all it takes is 5 or 6
You
weeks.
out here for colon cancer. You out here for prostate cancer awareness, aren't you? It's like, don't grab my chin. Like, don't touch my... I'm a no-touchy person. I don't know if you're like this, but I am very much so don't touch me. I give very much to myself energy. Don't touch me.
Even with a love interest?
Yeah, no, don't touch me. This is a lot of work and Facts. 10 pounds of caked on realness. Okay, this makeup process doesn't take place in an hour. It takes place in an hour and a half. For you to come and touch my face is an absolute no.
She said, "Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. This is a look."
But that just means
don't
your face.
Touch.
Don't touch my face.
Don't touch from here up because all of this under here, I got a whole bodysuit on. What do you mean? It's like I got an arm of God, the helmet of salvation. Come on,
really?
I have on the breastplate of righteousness. You hear what I'm telling you? Don't touch it because it's gonna pop. You're gonna pop when these things gonna be out here. When these things gonna get popped. What am I doing?
Your Wonder Woman.
Yeah, basically.
I'm so weak.
When these things gonna pop, and I'm be like, I gotta go home.
My eye.
We had Baptist. I'm like, trying to hold it together.
Just because we tried to touch.
Like somebody shot me with a BB gun just now. Like, no.
I think I gotta go.
So I gotta go home.
So you said from here.
Oh, listen, everything that's up here, everything you see.
Everything. So
it's a museum.
Legs, okay. Knees, okay.
My knees.
Feet,
but don't
okay.
touch.
You look, but don't touch.
Okay.
You can touch my knee. They ain't got nothing on them just yet.
Okay.
They a little saggy. I might have to reinforce them bad boys.
Ooh, not the knees being
yes, they don't, you know.
Help,
I'm
guys.
40 years old.
So I found a tweet, y'all.
Yes.
Mine says, what's the most misunderstood song in history? And somebody said, my neck, my back was about the black woman's struggle to carry the weight of the world on her shoulders, but y'all wanted to be nasty. And it also says, I guess lick my pee and my crack was a metaphor. That was her clapback. I'm struggling and you see it, so here's what you can do.
Wow. What a thesis on that song. Wow. What an idea.
Wow.
Normally, I would tell you to get out of here, but...
Honestly, yeah. The blacks, I love that.
A black woman's struggle?
I love that take on
you
that song.
See what I am doing.
Yeah, I know.
You ever see those like when they do every once in a while, like, oh, like, what's your dissertation?
Yeah.
It was like my neck and my back.
Yes.
A dialogue about how the black woman done it.
Yeah, a dialogue.
A struggle. Because that's exactly what it is. You see that I'm struggling, so here's what you can do.
Yeah.
Lick my P word and my crack.
I like it.
Too. I really enjoyed that.
By the philosopher Kaya.
Yeah. Yes. Professor Kaya.
Professor Kaya. So I'm just gonna give you some homework. So come back next time and talk about what slop on my knob means.
I sure will.
I'm gonna dissect that.
I sure will. I will. Look, I need some time on that one. That's pretty blatant, but yes.
Black dysphoria, slop on my knob.
And I say that respectfully. Like I'm just joking.
No, of course.
I don't want to show nobody.
No, I'm gonna come back with a 5-page paper.
Well thought out. Single space. IPA format.
Speaking of single space, I told you a story. I was in high school and I had no clue what single space or double space was. And they were like, we wanted double space. I just couldn't figure it out. And I think he wanted a 2-page paper and I wrote it single space. He was like, ma'am, I'm not reading this. Do it again. So I had to do it again.
Whose class was that?
It was Mr. Vestal's class.
Not Coach Vestal.
It was.
Not fine, sexy Coach Vestal.
This is no longer fine. But yes.
No!
It was his class.
He was giving John B. He was a fine white boy.
He did give John B.
Yes.
But yeah, it was embarrassing. Because I was supposed to go that day.
He didn't explain
He was like, I don't know. I seem to be one of those people that's like, I'm not going to ask a question because I'm going to look stupid. And so I'm just like, I'm going to figure it out when I get home. Never figured it out. Yeah. Paper was due the next day. I was like, I'm here. I want to say it was like 4 pages, but.
Once you double spaced it, it was like 4 pages.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did your good work, though. You did a good job.
I was a diligent student. I was trying.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
It was.
That's kind of wild that he made you redo it and shorten it.
Yeah.
And then by that time, it was a whole nother song. Because it was the project was get a song that you really like, write a paper about it, about what it means to you.
Was he a substitute? It sounded like he a substitute.
No, that was his class.
He giving big substitute vibes.
He was not a substitute. He might as well have been.
He might as well have been.
He was a coach. If that's any.
Yeah, he was a coach.
Like they probably took away the TV privileges away from him, and it was like, nah, you got to get them to write something.
I don't have anything else to do.
He was definitely big sub energy. He didn't want to be there.
He might as well have been a sub.
He was cute though.
He was. But y'all stay tuned, y'all, for Give Me a Minute.
Give Me a Minute. Up next.
Hey, y'all. Okay. So, like we said, we're going to talk about mental health today. We're going to try to keep it as light as we can.
No, we're going there.
Oh, we're just going to go there?
Let's
just do it. So, May, like my friend said, is Mental Awareness Month. Mental Health Awareness Month. And, excuse me, I told y'all that I was seeing a psychologist, right? So not only am I seeing a psychologist, I'm seeing a psychiatrist as well. Let me tell you what happened. I was talking to my psychologist, and while I was venting, because if you know, you know, once you get that psychologist that you feel comfortable with, you just release on their ass. So that's what I did. I released on her ass. She's a black woman. And I did. I released on her. Black woman. And so she was like, so have you been diagnosed with anything yet? And I was like, nah. And she was like, because I'm hearing a lot of anxiety or whatever. And so I was like, okay. So I took her word for it and I saw a psychiatrist. When I tell you I saw that psychiatrist and I cried all damn day because it was just like revelation after revelation after revelation after revelation. Let me tell you what happened to me. 2 years ago, my aunt died. Then I had the miscarriage. Then my dad died. Then I turned 30. Then I got married. A whole lot of life changes in less than a year at the time.
A whole lot.
And it was a lot. And I don't know if I told y'all, when my dad died, I asked my job for bereavement. And they were like, you're not eligible for bereavement, which I've never heard of, but that's what they told me. So after my dad's funeral, I had to go to work like the next week. So I had no time to grieve anybody, to grieve anything. I just had to work because I had to pay the bills. I had to do what I had to do, just like all of us have to do.
Right.
So when I talked to the psychiatrist, she's like, hey, I think you're experiencing delayed grief, which sounds odd because the emotions just come out of nowhere. You're doing fine. You're going to work. You're cooking. You're taking care of your kids, taking care of your pets that you have, taking care of your husband, taking care of yourself, you think. And then all of a sudden, like, you're boohoo crying in your bed, taking PTO. So, I guess we just wanted to talk about the importance of seeking help if you need it. And I feel like even if you're not in a crisis of some sort, you should still talk to somebody just to, just to do it. Just do it. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think, and there's a stigma with seeking help, I feel like.
Yeah.
That, because it's like, well, I can do it on my own. And I think the blacks are kind of programmed to believe we can do it on our own because we have so many times before. But we don't have to. We don't have to do it on our own. We can seek help, have somebody that is not related to us, not a friend, that doesn't know our situation and can tell us, hey, this sounds good, this does not. This is not normal. So the relief I had when I talked to my psychiatrist about, you have anxiety was great. It was just like, okay. And I think that was where the release came because somebody understood. Somebody was able to tell me, no, you're not crazy. You're not crazy with the way you've been thinking, with the way you've been trying to handle things. This is what's happening. And so those realizations are helping me to move forward and make better decisions.
Yeah. So was it that, I don't want to cut you off.
No.
But was it that they gave you a voice to express that? Was it you just saying, I know you said release. So was it that you just needed someone to just listen? Was it that they gave you direction? Like, what did you find the most beneficial in your conversation with your psychiatrist?
For me, it was for her to say, for her to validate my feelings and the way my mind was working.
Yeah.
Because it's scary when your mind works in a different way.
Yeah.
That you're not used to, or you're realizing something's not right with the way I'm thinking about things, with the way I process things.
Right.
For me, it was thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts that the way I described it to my psychologist is my brain is like a TSA agent. The thoughts that run through it, we have to individually scan those thoughts every time. It's some people can have passing thoughts and they just, and move on. Me, it's like, no, let's analyze.
Yeah.
Step 1 through 12. What's wrong?
Decoding.
So you're doing a random thought check every single time.
Absolutely.
Every single one is getting thoroughly searched.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah,
And
I can imagine.
And it's tiring.
No, that's taxing.
And I remember I talked to you that one time I told you about that. You were like, you might want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, no, because that's not normal.
It's not
normal.
But and Brittany says that's not normal, but
it is normal.
But and that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The psychiatrist like that's normal for somebody with anxiety.
Yeah.
So the rewording of things makes it feel better. So it was just feeling validated that yes, you are anxious, you do have anxiety, which is why you think of things that way.
Yeah, so intently.
Yeah, and so that, and then also with all of those things happening, with the deaths happening, I looked at it at the time that I was in it with the most positive outcome because that's what I wanted. And ultimately the worst thing happened. Worst case scenario is what my psychiatrist says. And then she's like, so now, because now I find myself anxious and afraid. And so she's like, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Your brain is trying to protect you from that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, let's just go ahead and evaluate all these thoughts and all these things now. So when it happens, we'll be all right. We'll already be here.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. The most mind-blowing thing she told me today, because I talked with her today, was that all of your thoughts are not true. And that is what's mind-blowing to me.
Wow.
Not every thought you have is true. And I'm just like, are you sure?
So captivating.
It is.
That's a realization. That's an aha moment. Every thought you have is not, because you're depending on your brain to give you the reality and what's true. Your eyes tell you what's true. Your ears and your sense of smell. You're depending on that and that collective amount of information to give you what's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that you can't trust it.
I can't even trust that sometimes.
So,
wow.
All right. I ain't trying to hop on your session.
No, it's fine. Come
but
on.
how are you supposed to like what are you supposed to do? Like, how do you recognize if it's not true? Like, what are the tools?
So she gave me, it's like a, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a cognitive test or something like that. So she actually was like, tell me something that were having trouble with your thoughts. So I told her, and we went, it's a couple of questions like, okay, do I have the evidence for that? Is this true? Am I thinking with a clear mind right now? Those kind of thoughts, those kind of questions first. Then we move on to, like, she showed me definitions of things, like different ways to label them. Like one of them was like a catastrophic type of thing. Like I immediately think the worst. Or one is, I'm trying to think of all of them, but they all made sense. All of them that I read through,
right.
That would explain that, why I automatically think things are going to be bad, or, anything else. There was a name for it, which made me feel a lot better. So I can resort to that. I could also resort to grounding. There are grounding exercises, of course, meditation or whatever, things like that. But the grounding exercises are what helped me, which are like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like, name 5 things you feel right now. Name 4 things you feel, like as far as like touch.
Yeah.
Name 3 things you smell. Name 2 things you see. So those things bring me back to being present. Ultimately, that's my problem. Is being present, because my mind evaluates the future, which nobody knows what that holds. So that helps too. That helps too.
That's good.
Yeah, I might need you to pass that content. I mean, not necessarily yours, but just, I mean.
The form, the little paper, I sure will. This helped me.
This is an ongoing conversation. We'll definitely be talking about this again. I think mental health is extremely important. And with Phanice sharing her story and her progression, I think this is extremely helpful for not only our viewership, but that we share it in our personal lives with other people. You know what I mean? Just having that conversation and that dialogue that normalizes and takes the stigma away from seeing someone. And I want to talk to the people that, go to church a little piece.
Come on.
And while we're talking about this, I think, because what you're telling me, I would receive information differently based on my experiences. And so, and having that conversation, like with how you take in information and how it can bring you anxiety, you know what I mean? Like for me and my sort of mental health battles, it always comes back to sort of that religious piece, and that religious piece can be so weighted. And I don't ever want anybody that, yes, you go to church, yes, you know God, yes, you pray a lot. I don't want you to get so bogged down in the religiosity of it that you don't see the need to go talk to somebody, because it's so vitally important. Yes, let this mind be in you that's also in Christ Jesus, but your mind has to be sound, and you have to be able to talk to somebody. You should not be anxious all the time. Having anxiety is a part of life, and it's a normal, like, I didn't struggle with anxiety the way you're describing it to me. My anxiety looks a little bit differently. My walk and my worthiness is a big battle for me. So it's always been like, dang, like, it may not be anxiety, but it's like, that's not gonna work out for you. Negative thoughts is what they call those. That's not gonna work out for you. You can't have what they have. You can't be what they are. You will always be a little less than. And that part of it is like, you always have to come and be like, no. I always have to retrain my mind to say, no, that's not true. I know I can. And everything I accomplish, everything I do is like, okay, that's one step in the right direction, but I'm still not good enough. It's still not enough. It's still not enough. There's a little voice, and it's like, okay, honestly. And so having those conversations with mental health professionals, it's like, what can I do to retrain my mind? And I've gotten great tips and all that fun stuff. And that having that conversation has been so beneficial for me in saying, you know what, I may not feel like it, but what is the evidence to combat that? It's like, anybody gonna cheer for you? Ain't nobody there for you? That little stuff. And it's like, that's not true. That's obviously not true. So while I think it's incredibly important that we, the religious world is, have Jesus and pray a lot, but I do want you to consider, I think it's vitally important that we pray and go to therapy. That's it. Meditate and pray. Pray and go to therapy. Talk to somebody.
Yeah, I think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, like way back in the day, like first, like regular medicine, like conventional medicine, like they were like, hey, no,
absolutely.
It was like, nah, God got me. And it's just like, that was given up. But now it's like, all right, we got to get into the mental health space.
Yeah.
You should probably treat it the same way you do oil change for your car. Like,
it's maintenance.
Your body needs a checkup, like everything. But I mean, I don't know if you want me to jump in or not.
Yeah, please share.
So for me, I haven't tried to like self-diagnose anything, but it is interesting to be from a black man's perspective, right?
Yeah.
Today is the anniversary of George Floyd's murder.
Yeah.
At the time when we're recording this, so like I feel like I compartmentalize a lot of the real I guess threats that are out there that like can physically take me out. Like I really kind of like avoid those and like kind of ignore it, which is kind of trash of me, but just how I cope, I guess, is like staying busy. Because like to me it's like, all right, like right now, like my business is my number one priority,
right? Because
like we don't kill, we don't eat, so it's just like the constant like pursuit of that. But what I find myself more recently is in a space of not necessarily like imposter syndrome, right? Because like when I'm in these spaces, when I'm talking to these clients, like they like us, they know we can do what we can do. But like the pursuit of getting the business is like a rush for me, right? But as soon as you get it, it's kind of like I start second guessing myself, like, hey, can we do this? Like, you know what I mean? Even though I know we can. And it's just like, you know, some people are saying it's imposter syndrome. Some people are saying it's like growing pains, right? Because I am, you know, I'm a young Black guy who haven't had, you know, I'm going into this blind. Like I never worked for a startup before. I always been corporate. Yeah. So now I'm in a place where I got to lead people. Right. And at the end of the day, like, you know, there's people who depend on me to do what I'm supposed to do because to basically to feed them, right. To be able to do what they need to pay their bills and stuff like that. And I mean, I don't want to curse, but I mean, that stuff is pretty heavy to deal with. Right. And it's kind of like, it's hard to turn it off, and you know, it's just something that I'm always thinking about it. Yeah, know? And it's like I'm like I got to get a hold of it because I'm like at the end of the day I have to have a life outside of this.
It's hard to turn that off.
You know? Yeah, because stressed.
Mental health for a Black man is incredibly important.
It is.
Don't be stressing yourself, Ian. You gotta go see somebody. Therapy is important.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Therapy's. I'm telling you, man. Therapy. I look forward to it. I mean, it's a time of release. Is a time of you just saying what you need to say, get it off your chest. In other words, getting things off your chest is important. That's why we have that part of our show. Is you need to be able to release that. And like I was saying, like as far as Black man's concerned, you need mental health. As far as like a Black woman, we withhold trauma in our bodies and we don't even know about it. Yeah. So girl. Yeah. This is a conversation.
Oh, it is also. I think there's a stigma too with medication.
Yeah.
You know, I'm even with me, you know, I'm a little, you know, I feel some kind of way about medication, but also I feel like if what you're doing by yourself isn't working, then maybe medication and therapy together will help. Yeah.
What's your delay with wanting to take? What's your delay?
So for me, and this is just me looking from the outside in and not doing any research or anything like that. But I want to continue to be myself. I don't want to change because, you know, the thought of medication makes you immediately think like, oh, they're going to change
a
this
personality
person.
Change.
Yeah, like, or they'll just be zoned out or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't want that for me. That's not to say that that's what would happen. I'm just saying that would be one of the scary things for me. I want to remain myself.
Yeah.
But I think you know, given the fact that you're just now given the tools that are like more on the manual side, like if you seem to be invested into doing the work, right? So I feel like if you continue to do the work and then stuff doesn't seem to work, you know, maybe that's something that you can. I get it. It's like you want to make sure you go through all the potential options. I don't feel like that's nothing wrong for you to say I don't want to do it, but you know, but I get it. You know, you don't want to put foreign things in your body, and it's like, and you don't know what the side effects are. You know,
right? You know. It's just honestly, it just makes you feel some kind of. Well, I can always speak for myself. It makes me feel some kind of way because it's like, damn, my mind cannot do it alone. You know, that's what it makes me feel like. Why can't I just figure it out? But, you know, like EA said, I have the tools to use, you know, and then eventually if that does not help, then I will, you know, dive into that. That was offered to me. In fact, I got it today. So it's just sitting at the house like, you know, if I need it, I will. But
I've been there with that whole, you think you're stronger. Yeah. And I feel like I should be stronger enough
Shouldn't I be able
to?
And with you saying about the inner voice and things like that, it's so hard to tell that inner voice, no.
Yeah.
That's not true. Because it's like, so why would my inner voice say that if it's not true? You know?
Yeah, like that's so hard.
But that's honestly the truth. You do have to tell that voice inside that what you know is not true is not true. You know that's not true.
Yeah.
So for you have to stand up to that voice, and it's scary to stand up to it and say, no, you're a liar. That's not true.
Yeah.
What is true is this.
Yeah.
Which is what, you know, God bless my mom and my mother-in-law. I talked to both of them, but my mother-in-law was just talking to me about how, you're strong enough to face these things. You're strong enough to say, hey, you have the power to change your mind is what she told me, which was like another mind-blowing type of deal. Cause it is, and it's not changing my mind like, oh, I was doing this, but now I'm doing this. No, I'm literally changing the way my mind works. I'm literally saying to my mind, no, that's not true. This is what it is. Or my problem, like I said, my problem is being present. So being able to sit here and say, I'm sitting here with Brittany and EA doing the podcast, like that would bring me back. Because eventually, or sometimes rather, my mind will just go into so many questions and so many answers. I answer the questions.
Yeah.
Which are, and that's sometimes not good because there's no really real answer. So I just have to work on being present. I think we all do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick question. Does like being like an external processor, like have anything to play in that? Like, how do they know, like, if you like what you're doing is like detrimental to you? Like, how do they know it's tied to anxiety and that's not just how you process things?
So made me do an assessment. I did an assessment, and then they once I did that, they were like, okay, your anxiety levels are like super high. And then I guess for her, the psychiatrist, her thing was like, if it's crippling you, if those thoughts are crippling you and not allowing you to move like you normally would, then we might need to talk about that. We might need to work on that. So I'm just grateful that they're able to see that, the psychiatrist, the psychologist, my mom, my mother-in-law, my husband, they're all able to see that and say, my best friend, they're able to sit there and say, you might want to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I'm glad that we bandy about words like trauma and all these mental health terms like anxiety and bipolar disorder and things like that. I'm so glad that you mentioned the assessment. I'm so glad that you're having this conversation. I'm so glad that you asked, because it's so important to have those tools of professionalism. She didn't just diagnose herself. Like, she didn't just say, I woke up one day and was like, I have anxiety.
Right.
Like, one of the cool kids. No, ma'am. She went to a whole professional and got a whole assessment and has tools and resources that are able to assist her with another journey. I'm so glad that that's something that you did. I'm so proud of you for taking that step. I'm so proud of you for being this person. I'm so proud of you for having the conversation, because that takes a lot of courage, right? So don't just be out here like, I have trauma. But I mean, what you went through was traumatic, and that's probably like a lot of it. But I think we all withhold trauma in our bodies. When you think about it, our age group, millennials and stuff like that, we've been through 9/11. We've been through wars. We were born into 90s was the Desert Storm. So you think about it, like, we were born into trauma. We were born into dysfunction. And so we've seen a lot of things take place. And with,
I'm trying to count it. I'm thinking. Yeah. I mean, technically, I was born in '89, so Desert Storm. So end of the Cold War.
Yeah, end of the Cold War.
Yeah, Desert Storm. 9/11. I was living in New York at the time.
Were you?
Wow. Yeah, trauma.
So,
wow.
So that was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you're from New York, the great kind of like the blackout of 2003. That was like, it was like a long afternoon, but that was something that was a lot going on. Then you got the war on Iraq,
Yes, war in Iraq. Then the war on the blacks, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd.
War on us. And then now there's a whole pandemic.
We lived through Trump. Now it's pandemic.
And doesn't change the basically like the depression that, in 2007, 2008.
Yeah, the collapse, economic collapse.
The housing crisis. Yeah, we had a lot.
Yeah, we lived through trauma, and we withhold trauma in our bodies, and I don't think we realize how much we absorbed all of that information. We were young kids when this is happening. So all on TV. I remember being at home watching 9/11 and things like that. So it was traumatic. Yeah. It was traumatic.
And even if you were younger and you didn't know what was happening, you were around people that it did affect.
Yeah.
And to say, oh, like, my mom didn't take it on me, or it didn't, what I'm saying? Like, it didn't trickle down. Like, it's not to say it's intentional, but
yeah, the side effects were there.
Yeah,
I think we withhold a lot of the side effects from our parents' trauma that they didn't deal with, because this mental health discussion is very new. So their trauma is passed down to us. So we internalize that, their fears, their anxieties. We don't process that. Their religious holes that they have, that Jesus fix it all. Just pray about it. You've been washing the blood of the lamb. Like, absolutely I have. Of course I'll pray about it. But there is trauma in my life. I have a problem. Something internally within me is telling me I can't do it. I can't make it. And it ain't the devil. It's me. I'm convincing myself. So I've put myself in a position where I'm got my foot on my own neck and I didn't realize it. I had to go back and say, you know what? Nobody's doing this to you. This is not an external issue. This is an internal thing. So that was the part, and that was the key, and that was the eye opener. I was telling you I was living intentionally I turned 30. And I was like, you know what? Something ain't right. Turned 30. I went to Oprah, and don't get me wrong. I, of course, see a mental health professional, and I'm just not relying on Oprah. Don't be like, girl, you went to Oprah one time, and that was it for you, hey? No, of course, I took that and made changes in my personal life. But I went to Oprah, and I started living intentionally because it was an eye opener about how much you being in the moment and finding your worthiness and staying in your stream and in your lane really does impact your life. I wasn't doing that. I was not living with intention. I was doing what I thought other people needed me to do and being something for other people. And girl, when I tell you, I sat in that thing and I was like, God is telling me right now, I feel like it's the Lord is impressing upon me. You got to live in your reality. I can't bless your facade. You've really, really got to be yourself and be authentically you. And when I decided to be authentic and live intentionally, that's when life started changing for me. I just had to give it up. I was like, dang, I'm 30 years old. I don't have half the things I thought I would be married by now. I thought I would have kids by now. I thought I would be living in a penthouse somewhere by now. Come on, by now, at the very least.
Hello.
Life has happened to me. I'm 31. I didn't think I would be in this place. But guess what? I had to live intentionally and live authentically. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm where I need to be when I need to be there.
I love it. I love it because I literally just had that conversation with my psychiatrist about where I was supposed to be. Yeah, but
that was my first conversation we had, honey.
Yeah.
At least for me, like I've been called have toxic positivity. So I'm not sure if that's a thing for you guys, but I guess for me, like I kind of had those moments too, but I realized that once I changed my perspective of not going for the milestones, but going for the pursuit of the goal, right? So something that you put out there that is lofty, that's like, hey, this is excessive, right? And you are sharing it with people like, me personally, I decided to put it on my Instagram, right? Or on my social media, but like, you can be a friend or a person, someone will hold you accountable. And it's like, if I'm consistently working my way towards that, like that will take away the need to feel fulfilled, right? Because when I was saying, hey, like this is my goal, I would get there and then I'd be like, then what? Yeah. What's next? Right. And then and you kind of like have these, upwards and downward slopes, but it's like,
no, it's like goal fatigue.
Right. It's like I fell in love with the process of the chase of getting to where I want to go.
Yeah.
And saying like, all right, like I got to keep going. So
that's hard too. When you get like, you so goal oriented, you're so busy chasing after that goal, you never get satisfied. You'll never have true joy because you're always so busy chasing after something.
Yeah.
You'll never find yourself in a position of happiness because it's just never satisfaction.
Right. Yeah. Right. So like, I'm not really there for the accolades. It's just like, no, like right now, like I want to do dope shit. Sorry for cursing. I know.
I've been cursing this whole time.
I try not to curse.
Okay. You're trying not to curse. It's a personal thing.
At least on content.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
But
we don't judge you.
No, but
no judgment.
Yeah, I just feel like that. I appreciate you guys having this conversation. I just want to say that.
Yes. Very
you guys never fill me in before you guys come. But
we don't. We surprise them every time.
Yeah. Every time. That's what we do best.
That's what we do. All right, y'all. We're just saying, hey, check on your mind. Check on yourself.
Yeah. Self-check.
Self-check is
self-care. Self-check.
It's healthy. It's healthy. So, figure out what works for you. Therapy ain't for everybody. It may not be for everybody. You may not want to talk to everybody, but I highly suggest it.
Yeah.
I highly suggest talking to somebody about whatever you've been going through, or if you're not going through anything, just talk to somebody.
Yeah, you don't have to be going through it. You don't got to be feeling bad to go to the doctor.
You really don't.
You don't have to be feeling sick in your mind. And you're like, oh my God, everything is crashing down around me. I better go talk to somebody. It might be too late, baby.
Right.
It's a preventative care at this point. Okay.
Right.
Go before the world ends. Jesus Christ.
So go get that help. Go seek that help, especially if you need it. Don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
Okay. So stick around for You Got This.
You got it.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back. I got this. I'm so excited that we have had this very much so needed dialogue with you guys. And I want some mental health professionals that are in the comments that are live in the chat with us to give us some language that you guys would use to sort of close us out. I know you guys do meditation and all that fun stuff. So I want you guys, if you have any links or anything like that, we can inbox people privately if you want some more information about mental health and all that. If you want to be tied or linked to a mental health professional, we'll be happy to cook that up for you. Because here at Gimme A Minute, we take mental health very seriously.
Absolutely.
It's a pride point for us that we do that as Black women. Like I said, we hold trauma. But at the end of the day, there are avenues and ways to get you guys and get us all healthy and back on track. So with that being said, I want you to know that whatever it is, whatever it looks like, it's all good. Okay. The world may look really, really bad. And of course, we've had pandemic, we have wars, we have things, the economy is crazy, housing market is crazy. And it's always, always so much hustle and bustle around you. But I want you to know it's all good. I want you to find the positive in your day. If you're going around all the time and you're looking around, it's like, oh my God, this is wrong, this negative, that's negative, this could be better. You know, you're always looking for something that could be improved upon. You're never really finding the things that are already good, just like they are. Some things in life are just fantastic, just like it is. You don't go to Rose and be like, you know what, Rose? You could be a little redder, honey. You could be a little green on the stem, honey. It's not giving what needs to be given in season. No, you just appreciate the rose and its beauty, and as it is. Right. So I want you to do that. Look at the beauty in your day. If it's traffic, I'm like, okay, well, maybe God's preventing me from something, or I'm sitting here, maybe I can listen to this new album I wanted to listen to. Find the beauty in your day, okay? Don't be always complaining. Yeah, sometimes it's bad. It can look real bad. It can be bad. But there is something throughout your day that you can find and you can appreciate. Not only can you appreciate it, I want you to take a step further. Appreciate it and comment on it. Comment on it. Vocalize it. Say it out loud. I don't care if nobody's around. Like, you know, I'm having a great day. Mm-hmm. If you start to say things, they start to become things. I know my spiritual girls and girls are out here like, yes, manifestation. Okay, yes, okay. I want you to start vocalizing things. Say it out loud. Like, I'm having a great day. It may not feel like it. It may be one of the worst days of your life. Like, it's going to get better. There's bound to be good in this. Yeah. There's got to be a silver lining. Start to look for the silver lining in your day. Because I truly, truly, truly believe that you've got this. I really do believe in you guys. I really do. Absolutely. I really do. Okay.
We all do.
Don't let me down because I believe in y'all.
Here at Gimme A Minute and Open Media. I'm just going to speak with Open Media. They care about you too.
They don't have publicists. Yeah. Speak for this company that we don't cares. We don't know.
Also, while we're here, I watched Without Remorse. But before I talk about it, I just want to know, have you watched The Preacher's Wife?
He is not, because he's trash.
Have you watched it?
Big trash.
I have not yet, but I'm going. No, the fact that you did what I saw. I'm gonna go back
just
and
as
watch.
I thought.
I watched it, and it was awful.
What's it on? What's it on? Preacher's Wife.
I have to find out. Probably BET Plus.
Don't play nippy. First of all, it's on Amazon Prime. You can buy it, and it's on YouTube.
Is it on YouTube?
It's just that old. It's on YouTube. Okay. I don't know, but it's for free. It's like $3.
I'll find it.
What? Mine's trash.
Without Remorse was not okay. I just want to put that out there.
It was bad.
It was not okay. It's just a lot. You knew what was going to happen when it happened. And it was very much like, I'm about to go do this. And now I'm going to go do this. Like, it was very much that. And I just...
How was the action, though?
Yusuf said it was good.
The action was good.
Okay, I was tuned out. I was like, okay, because I'm gonna be real. What I was really mad about was the funeral scene. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I was mad about the ending when
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I'm sorry. Okay, so you think he died?
Yeah.
But you know he didn't die.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's what ticked me off. I'm like, what kind of nonsense is this?
So I
was it that obvious?
Ask your husband if ask him why he liked it. But I know the reason what kind of helped at the end is because that the Tom Clancy is like is a writer, is an author, right?
Is he?
But they made games of his books and stuff. Oh, and this is basically the prequel to Rainbow Six, which is like the one of the biggest games that he's had.
I did not realize that EA.
It's towards the end when he was like, "Oh, well, did you?" I think it was something in the after credits, right? When he
so many things.
when he talked to
Not after credits because I did not know that.
Well, did you watch the part where he basically ran into somebody? Remember, he ran into the guy and was like, "Oh, like you got the promotion and stuff like that."
Did he after the funeral and stuff when he was
remember the guy that he was annoyed with?
Yes,
right, that he thought who set him up.
Yes,
right.
Yes,
They had another conversation at the end.
Okay.
After, right.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, I want to make a team called Rainbow."
Listen,
that's
right over my head.
Yeah, that's what that's from.
Okay.
So that was the only thing I was like, "Oh, they're gonna make us watch another one of these."
Watch it again
because it's clearly gonna be a Rainbow Six setup.
Did it not seem very much like homemade to you though? Because I guess they were like what at Amazon Prime Studios or something like that or whatever. It looked very much homemade. It looked similar to that to me. It could have been better. That's just me. I don't know.
It's him. It's him.
It's him. It's his fault.
It's your king.
All that movie on his shoulder.
It was awful, Brittany.
It's your king.
I'm not watching it.
It's him though.
It's your king.
It's my king. My king was Chadwick.
My king is Jesus. Come on,
All right. Okay. Bye, y'all. See y'all in 2 weeks. Jesus Christ.
Yes, Monica.